Kundalini awakening, spiritual awakening, what are the differences? Welcome to part 3. Are there any differences? Do they come from the same thing? Now, if you've watched part 1 and part 2, you will know that yes, when we look at the bigger picture and everything, same thing. But then when we start to break it down so we can understand really, without the blinkers, and we can actually feel the magnitude of everything that is happening, you will also understand why. Say, for example, Patanjali in yoga, right? Why did he have those different limbs to yoga, right? Why do we have the yamas and all this, the rules that we have to follow? And then you've got the different stages that we talk about. One of that is pratyahara, right? Which we will have a post on at some point, right? Now, as you go through that, why is it that he talks about that? What does yoga mean? Yoga basically just means union with all that and all this, right? Between that orb of potential and this orb that is in action. So all that is at rest is all that is in potential. Shiva, what is Shiva? When Shiva is in a corpse, what do we call him in yoga? Shavasana. Why? Now he's resting. And he's resting, why? He was doing the tandav, dancing. What do you see? You must have seen pictures of Kali. What does she do? She puts her foot. Why? Because he came under her and he said, before you destroy everything, I know that you won't proceed after you've put your foot on me, right? So I'm going to stop you. And she then stopped. She calmed down. And as the Kundalini, right, wants to rise, she won't manage it until you open the space, right? Now, if your Kundalini is stuck in your Muladhara, what's going to happen? Right? That's creative energy. Now, what is creative energy? You want to create. Now, if that energy to you feels sexual, right? Now, to you, that sensation of that kind of energy is going to mean what? Oh, okay, let's do something about it, right? Because you might feel that the experience of something like this, we've got to do something about it. But what's your spiritual awakening going to tell you, right? You will know that the only thing that you're going to do about it, right, is to ensure that you've tightened the muscles below, is to make sure that no energy leaks out, and you direct her up. That's it, right? And you will know what to do, right? And you may not right now know what to do, but you'll stumble upon a person or something or the other, a teaching, and you'll know how to raise it. When you have had or are experiencing a spiritual awakening, because your consciousness has shifted, you will not automatically react to that energy, right? So our energy will get, that Kundalini will get anywhere, and wherever she is, she will amplify it. What the spiritual awakening will do, it gives the know-how, it gives the consciousness, basically. Now, because the spiritual awakening shifts your consciousness already, you are now fertile ground to experience that Kundalini awakening, which is why when you go through a spiritual awakening, inevitably you will experience that, so that everything opens up petal by petal gradually, right? Most of you who are using the term Kundalini, who are using the term spiritual awakening and are making sense of all these sensations, experiences that you're having, your life being thrown upside down, loss of friends, loss of relationships, the new coming, the old going, right? And not just that, the kind of challenges you're going through, right? But you know, and you're making sense of it. Now, you will be in the possibility that you're actually having a genuine experience is quite high, right? Having said that, a slight caveat, just because you're having a spiritual awakening and all the symptoms are overlapping with Kundalini, is not necessary that your Kunda has uncoiled and is moving. Now, Most of you will report things like having a snake movement. Why? Because the Kundalini is depicted like a snake. Why is she depicted like a snake? She moves and hisses like a snake, right? But in fact, it is that softness of that vibration. What does a snake do? When a snake, right, is the only animal that can lie on earth and can hear a thunderstorm coming. She knows what's going to happen and she will start making tracks to wherever she needs to go, and she's experiencing all of these things. Similarly, a snake, that kunda in us, it moves like that. It hisses silently. It's a vapor inside of us. Stay tuned for part 4. Lots of love. And while we're doing this, please throw your questions in the comments below. Anything you need addressing, let me know. Shoot me a message directly as well, and I will get back to you. Lots of love.